up, YouTube? We're back with another episode of What the Hell Am I Doing? Today, I've got a really cool place for you guys. This place was built way back in 1897. It saw some extensive renovations around 1985. It's been sitting abandoned now for a few years with its future in complete limbo. The place I'm talking about is this beauty here behind me here. I think this one's gonna be really cool to get into. So why don't we take a walk around the property and get inside and see what we can figure out about this place. All right, guys, we're gonna start today's adventure just outside the front of the house here at the end of the driveway. We're gonna take a quick walk around the property, and then we'll get inside and see what we can figure out about this place. Like I mentioned in the introduction, this place was built way back in 1897, and it did see some extensive renovations around the year 1985. During those renovations, they added on to the house, and they changed the majority of the interior. But while we go through this place, I'll try to point out the obvious renovations and show you what was original and what I think was added on. So like I mentioned, we're standing out here on the driveway right now. We've got this garage that greets us right away as we walk up to the house. And it's a pretty big garage. You can see it stretches, it's a 2-car garage, and it goes quite deep. Now, unfortunately, there's no handles on those doors. So we'll try this one here. Okay, yeah, this one's locked, so I don't know if we'll be able to get in or not. We'll go around back in a second here. I'll just show you the property. It's a beautiful, huge property. I understand this house sold for about $1.5 million 4 years ago. And it looks like it's been sitting like this ever since. There were plans at one point to do a renovation here, but it looks like those have since been abandoned. We originally found this place last summer. We came back to it today, and the same windows and doors are still open. So nobody's watching this one anymore, unfortunately. You can see, though, they have an absolutely massive backyard. You got a picnic table there. You could have enjoyed, meals with your family. And the backyard extends all the way out here to the tree line out here. And then just behind this house, they have a golf course. So it's kind of a secluded location, except for the fact that it's beside a major roadway. We'll go around here and see what the back side of the garage looks like. Oh, they have another door here. All right, so maybe we will get in. Oh, maybe we won't get in. This looks like it's closed, but just show you guys real briefly how I can, or any way I can, I should say. So looking into the garage, you can see it's kind of insulated. It's a nice big garage. They have a stove sitting right there, so it was also a nice heated garage. But yeah, it looks like this would have been a great place to store your vehicles, work on your vehicles, and I'm sure that's exactly what they did. Fortunately, we can't get in. This only looks like insulation, but, well, there's a board there, but, we could do this. I'm not going to climb through. But yeah, you can see they have a nice little stove right there to heat up the area. If you look over here, they have a dartboard. You got an old CIBC poster of Fred McGriff that's autographed. That's pretty cool. And you got a kid's chalkboard there. Fred McGriff, that's going back to like the late 80s, playing for the Blue Jays. A little baseball history today. And as we look down here into this area here, although it's overgrown, you see it looks like they had some kind of a pen area here. There's actually a water hook up there. So that could have been like a fenced off garden that they had. And the fence would be to keep rodents and things like rabbits out of their vegetables and whatnot. So we'll kind of work our way around. I'll show you guys this house from all the angles. It really is a beautiful home. Who cares if they renovated the crap out of it? Just look at this. It's a stunning place. It's an absolute shame that it's sitting like this, wide open to the elements. We'll go a little further over here. You can see they had a massive tree here at one time. I don't know if that would have been an oak tree or what, but it's a big stump. And of course, the backyard goes all the way to that fence there. Just a beautiful house. Really gorgeous house. Okay, we'll work our way to the back deck. So here they had a well. So you gotta be careful when you're exploring. You got holes like that you can fall into. I guess here they would have had their bird feeders hanging because they've got the raccoon shield there, so they can't climb up and get to the seed. Right here, they got a really nice gazebo. Obviously, this is one of the newest things that's been added to the property. It's a beautiful gazebo, a nice aluminum one. We got Owen there ringing bells. What's happening? But yeah, you can see it's a beautiful gazebo. Beautiful for those rainy days, gives you lots of shelter. Heck, you could even come out here in the wintertime if you really felt like it. It's got a light hanging in there. And of course, they have a hot tub here too. So yeah, you would come out here in the wintertime. And I guess under here, you could have your barbecues and you could have your hangout furniture. Very nice. As you come this way, oh, look at that. They got a cat door, or some kind of a pet door, I should say. And on the back side of the house here, we got a nice little enclosed deck space. You can see everything. You know, I should probably turn the light. Oh, it is on. It's just very bright out here. It's hard to see. And you can see it's a nice enclosed space. I bet this was part of the add-on. You've even got the dinner bell with the Toronto Maple Leafs shoelace tied to it. And it does work. That's what Owen was ringing earlier. I'll just come out here a little bit. You can see they have a nice bay window coming off the back of the house here. This is looking towards the garage and the golf course. It's a beautiful big yard. Look at that, they got a bird's nest there. Nothing's in it. Wind chime left behind. Got a little bit of an enclosure here. Not sure what this space would have been used for. We've got a major satellite TV hook up there. Look at all the TVs that could have hooked up. It looks like 8. But yeah, this would have been neat. Obviously, the hot tub's probably in horrific shape now, but it's been sitting here, you know, for many years. But at one point in time, it hosted many parties, I'm sure. And of course, you come out here. Oh, look, they got a fire pit over there. They got lots of wood for the fire pit over here against the wall. And if you come over here, you got the fire pit right there. So this is the kind of place you could have sat by the campfire, enjoyed some lovely evenings with the family and friends. Of course, that's the back side of the house from this angle. It's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? I'll just take you around the front since we haven't been there yet. And then we'll get inside. It's a beautiful spring day. It's late April now. It's April 27th, I believe. This is the side of the house here. So I think this tall portion here is the original part of the house. I can already tell you from the bricks here for the chimney that this section here is most likely the add-on from 1985. They still had propane or oil heating. That looks like oil. It has AC, all the modernized amenities that you would want. Of course, this is the front side of the house here. Oh yeah, she's a beautiful home. Yeah, that's interesting, the spotlight's on up there. Yeah, so you got the garage over there where we started. And this is what the front side looks like. Absolutely beautiful. I love that front door. That's a nice front door, even though it's not original when they built this. I love the classy look of that. All right, guys. Well, that's all the dilly-dallying we're going to do outside for today. Why don't we get inside this one and figure out what we can about this place. All right, guys. We're going to start today's adventure just inside the front door of this house. I think this one's going to absolutely blow your minds. So why don't we get down to it and start exploring this place. Like I mentioned outside in the introduction, this place was built all the way back in 1897. Unfortunately, a lot of this house was renovated and changed heavily in 1985, but I think this one's still going to be quite an amazing explore just from what I'm seeing already. So right away, we're going to start this one in the foyer of the house. I'm going to just walk into the foyer a little more. This area here, I presume to be part of the renovations. You can see you have a very 80s looking front door. As I look up, and yes, the power is on. got a very 80s looking chandelier that greets you at the front door. And as I pan around here, the stairs going upstairs look very typical of like a banister you'd see in an 80s home, as are the wood choices and everything else, and the tile choices. So what I believe we're looking at here, if I turn around, look towards the kitchen, I believe this wall here was probably the original exterior wall of the 1897 version of this house. And what you're probably looking at here is where the original front door likely was. Part of the reason I think that is just how wide the wall is. And you're gonna see that also here. We've got a window looking into this area. Again, the wall is extremely wide there. Like this would have been an exterior wall at one point in time. But yeah, we'll start working from the foyer here, and then I'll point out these details as we go. So you have a very typical 80s looking door with a beautiful pie-shaped window. And if I open this door, got a beautiful screen storm door there. Love the way that looks. It's got the retro look to suit this house. And of course, as I step out here, you've got a view of the area that we just finished the outro when we did the walk around. I didn't notice at first, but they also have a nice little garden, well, had a nice little garden running along the perimeter of the house. So when you turn around and enter this place, this is the view you're greeted with. It's absolutely beautiful. To me, it doesn't seem too outdated. It feels very comfortable and like a home. I think this is gonna be a great place. So we'll work our way upstairs in a few minutes, but I think what we'll do first is we'll immediately go left here. Oh, you know what? I didn't show you this. We got to see everything. So right away when you come into the house, you have a closet. And yeah, that's all there is to it. Just some hanging space for clothes, for your guests, for yourself. And of course, then you'd go further into the home and you've got a choice. You go straight into the kitchen or you go left into this beautiful family room area. And I mean, this is a beautiful room. Look at that timber running along the ceiling there. That's absolutely amazing. Of course, it runs all the way to that beautiful fireplace on the far wall there. Now, for sure, I can tell you guys without a doubt, this room here is one of the renovations that was added on to the house. Like I mentioned, I already think that this wall here running over there was the original exterior wall. I wouldn't be surprised if this was the original exterior window, and that's why you have a window looking into the kitchen there. But this entire room here was definitely an add-on to the house. And it's a beautiful add-on. It's got beautiful hardwood floors. You see the flooring. It's absolutely beautiful oak flooring. They've got beautiful tall baseboards, continuing the theme that would have matched the original baseboards this house came with. So you look this way, you got a nice window there, nice big window there. And you got two windows on each side of the fireplace letting in lots of natural light. This would be a beautiful room to be in at the end of the day when the sun is setting, because the sun would be setting to the west, which is to those left windows. This fireplace is absolutely amazing. Like I mentioned outside, this is definitely modern brickwork. This is definitely the add-on to the house. You've got the circulation fans there, circulate the heat around the room. It's got a beautiful screen and door. And again, the mantle up here is a nice piece of wood. It's got a nice varnish to it. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, that's kind of cool. I didn't notice that, but they also have a shelf on each side of the fireplace. Put little nooks, or little, not nooks, but little knickknacks. That's the word I'm looking for. It's pretty cool. It gives it a nice comfortable feel. Of course, looking back to the hallway where we came from, this is the view you got. Again, that timber up there, absolutely beautiful. Really gives the house some character and distinction. So we'll go back to the front foyer where we started. You can see this steps up probably into the original part of the home. Well, they also added a central vac when they did the renovations. That's cool. So we come back out here and they got some storage under here. I guess we'll see if we can open this. Does it open? Yeah, it does. Okay, so in here, they've just got their paint and their leftovers. They didn't even bother finishing the drywall, which is understandable. It's kind of pointless. All right, so let's go this way into the kitchen. Look at the beautiful flooring in here. This looks like it's pine wood. I know a longtime viewer, Jamie, would absolutely love this flooring. I love how distressed it looks. Love the natural color it has. Very beautiful. Another great feature I'm noticing of this kitchen right away is the beautiful chair rail and wainscoting right there. It does not run the perimeter of the room though, as you see as you look around. You got your view to the foyer there, foyer, and then you got the view to the family room there. What's interesting is the wallpaper in here. This screams 1985 when they would have renovated this house. This wallpaper definitely has not been changed. And what's also very beautiful is the pine ceiling. Look at that. Love this kitchen. I would change the wallpaper, but I love the general idea of this kitchen. That's weird. What's this? Oh, okay. Oh, that's gonna fall off, but let's see if we get that back on. So what this did, I'm not gonna mess with this because it's gonna fall, but leave it. Okay, we'll leave it like that. So, okay, I broke it. So what this did here is this slid across, and this hides the stairs that run up. So I guess at one point would have been the servants' quarters maybe, or maybe these were the main stairs going upstairs before the renovation. And actually, as I said that out loud, yeah, that would make more sense. This part of the house did not exist before. So this used to take you upstairs. And I guess when they did the renovations, they added this sliding wall to hide those stairs going up. Let's take a closer look at this kitchen. Got a nice gas Whirlpool oven. Love those burners, very nice. And as I look at the backsplash here, this backsplash actually looks very reminiscent of something you would have seen in the late 90s, early 2000s. This actually might be the most recent renovation to the house. And it runs all the way through this area too. And they kind of did a mismatched hack job to finish it there. But yeah, it looks like, you know, you look at the countertop, you still have like the original 80s cutting board countertop. I'm sure if you look at these cupboards, yeah, they got the old hinges. Hanover, I guess that's the company that made them. So I guess, you know, the kitchen cabinets and everything here, these are still original to the 80s from the way they look, as is the countertop, but I guess the only modernization they really did was the backsplash. I mean, even the range hood here is original to the home. And I'm sure if I look through all these, they're all gonna be empty. Original cabinets all the way through though. Oh, that one's stiff. Okay, I guess we won't be breaking that off. But yeah, you can see there's nothing in them. They're all gonna be empty. Another great feature, which I point out all the time, you've got the sink centered in front of a big, beautiful window looking to the backyard. The only complaint I have about this window is that it doesn't open. That is a shame. But what a terrific view you have cleaning your dishes. You got a view out to the golf course, kind of. You've got the trees. You've got a lot of calm, peace, and quiet out there. Of course, as we go this way, we have a very modern looking fridge. You got an LG fridge here. Is there anything in it? No. It's clean. Doesn't smell. Even this side, it's very clean. And the freezer's clean too. So that's clean and not stinky. Sorry guys. You're gonna be disappointed that I didn't gag on this one. Of course, this is the view of the kitchen looking around from this angle. Okay, so we're gonna go in the room behind me next. This also must be an add-on as well. Or maybe, yeah. It's kind of got a thick wall. Yeah, it's thicker than that wall. So yeah, this looks like this would have been another exterior wall of the house. And this here would have been an add-on too. Wow. Again, look at the ceiling. It's a vaulted ceiling. It's got real timber. Wow, this is incredible. So I'm assuming right away, just from the look of this room, like you've got this very fancy, looks like silky 80s wallpaper. It's green and purple or green and red, I'm not sure. I think it's green and red. Yeah, it is. Or like maroon, I think that's the right color. Sorry guys, I'm not really good with these colors, even though I'm wearing my sunglasses, my colorblind glasses, I'm still not sure sometimes. But yeah, this room looks kind of formal as I look around. You've got that formal looking silky wallpaper. As you come over here, you've got more of it. Very silky looking, weird 80s looking wallpaper. It really has this tavern kind of feel when you come in here. And that's the way it looks. I mean, look at it. Look at the ceiling. Like, let me just zoom in. Look at this timber, guys. Really beautiful stuff. Really, it looks like a classy space with that timber. And even though I'm not a big fan of the wallpaper, when they did this in the 80s, this would have been a very beautiful, high-end, show-off kind of room. It's got all the little features that something from that time would have had. Of course, this is the view looking up from the west side of the room. Again, you got that chandelier there. And you got a hanging light here, which is kind of an interesting space for one of those. Usually lights like this are in the corner of a room where a chair would be. It'd be very weird to have a chair sitting there, should you have a dining room table sitting here. But I don't know, I'm not an expert in this. You guys tell me, what are your opinions of this room? Is this a dining room or is this an entertainment type of space? Like I pointed out in the other add-on area where the fireplace was, they had super tall baseboards trying to look like the original baseboards you would have seen in a home from the early 1900s, late 1800s. The flooring in here is very nice too. They got blonde hardwood floors. And as you come over here, look at the windows. They got some distressed wood for the sills. Very, very nice. I like that a lot. Oh, another thing they have a knick-knack shelf running along the entire perimeter of the room as I go around. It's just above the windows and it runs all the way around. So this room could have been heavily decorated if they wanted to. And as we come back this way, you can see this takes us back to the kitchen space because you can see the wall that I kind of half broke. Here we got a bathroom. Look at this. Wow, look at the tile on the floor. That's pretty cool. So this bathroom here is screaming like it might have been renovated in the last 20 years. That's my impression right away. You got a very modern looking pedestal sink. And as I look up here, you got your Home Depot mirror and your Home Depot lighting. You got a very modern looking toilet here, which somebody used, but not the brown bomber. And of course, if you look around, just the wall tile here looks like something you would have seen probably in the last 20 years. The only thing that makes me think it's a little bit older is that they have the marble like rail going around the top. But everything else in here looks very 2000s to me. If you guys think I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. I'm sure Tommy will have an idea of how old that area might be. Over here, we got a linen closet. Of course, this would have been part of the add-on to the house too. And of course, they had some carpet in there at one point. Makes me wonder if this carpet actually ran out through here. And as I look around, it might have, because you can see there's missing trim around the door openings. There's even missing trim there. So at one point, this could have been covered over. Well, that's a beautiful piece of timber as well. Didn't point this out, but this entire corner here, this entire support is timber. Okay, sorry guys, getting distracted by all the wood. Let's continue this way back to the kitchen. And we're gonna continue this way to this door over here. Okay, so back here we have like a mud room, or yeah, this is a mud room here. You can see they have some cupboards for storage. There's actually some stuff left behind. Not in there. Not in there. Is there anything up here? No. So there was just a little bit of stuff left in those drawers, but that's it. So this is like a mudroom, back room entry to the house. So you've just got some storage here, and you've got some storage there. What's really neat is you got the pet door or the cat door that I pointed out outside. That's what it looks like from the inside. And you can see they had dogs or something too, because something was anxious to get out of this house for a long time. And those nail marks go up to the second row of windows. That's crazy. And of course from here, this takes us out back where we were earlier with the gazebo and everything. I'll just kind of turn around and show you this room. So this is what the room looks like when you come in. Nothing too crazy. Got a little coat hanger there and shelf. Got a very cottagey border going around. What do we got here? That's a nice knob, porcelain knob. Okay, we got storage here. You got my bag. We should play a game, Spot Greg's bag. And here we got another cat hole in the door. Where does this go? Oh, okay, this goes downstairs. So we'll go down there last. That's where we'll finish the video. And if we go this way, see, this to me, it looks like an add-on to the house again. Yeah, you can see there's the original wood in there. So right here, this door jamb here is another opening they cut through the original wall, and this would have been an add-on back here. And back here looks like this is the laundry room. It's very tight. I mean, look, this is all the room you have. The machines aren't snug against the wall, but even if they were, it's tight. You got your typical 80s or 90s laundry room tub. That's a very nice old school window. Definitely original when they built the add-on. You got a chest freezer here, which is completely empty. It's pretty nasty looking, might smell. You got a Whirlpool fridge. It's empty. It's a little gross. Doesn't seem to smell, unfortunately for you guys. And here we got lots of storage. And I'm assuming the same for here. Yeah. Those are like pantry cupboards. These are those typical looking 80s cupboards or cabinets, but I've never seen them in pantry form before, so that's kind of neat. And of course, when you go this way, this is looking back to the mudroom that we were just in. But yeah, these things are pretty new. There's been a couple modern things in this house, and these Whirlpool washer and dryers, these are among the newest things here. These are definitely less than 20 years old. And again, you got some nice terracotta looking laminate. It's not real tile. Okay, let's work our way upstairs, and then we'll go downstairs, see what we can find. So we're gonna go from this way first, and we'll come down, I guess, those other stairs if we can. Again, that chandelier, it's really pretty, even though it's very dated looking. The stairs, even though they're 80 stairs, I'm a fan of the banister. I like the wood. It's got that classic look. Certainly nothing wrong with that. And of course, you have modern carpeting running up here too. So let's work our way up. I'll show you the feature of this foyer from this angle before we go. Features of it look very interesting from this angle. So let's go up. So this right now we're walking up to is all add-on. At least I believe it is. And I think what would be the original part of the house would probably be over here. So right now we're at the top of the stairs. Looking down, you can see they have some interesting custom doors. Look at that pine door. It's a closet door. Interesting shape to it. Looks very much like a door you would have seen in an early 1900s house. You've got a closet with pine shelving there. This house is the pine house. That's interesting. You have a door lock on the outside of this door. Oh, wow. It's a cute little room. It's very yellow. You got some clothes hangers there. You got a dream catcher there. A little knick-knack shelf there. And it looks like this would have been a kid's room. What do we got here? You got pictures of someone's cat, someone's baby. Looks like somebody decorated all this. I guess the kids. I don't know if you guys can see that. I mean, the artwork in here is pretty good. Of course, over here they have a closet space. Oh, it's an open closet. Oh, look at this. Adra and Haley. So they have a wall sconce to light up the closet here. Again, they have pine shelving, lots of hanging space, and some storage space. Of course, another nice window here. All the windows in this house have very nice ledges. Downstairs they had those distressed looking ones, but these ones up here are very nice and varnished. I guess another thing I should point out too is the hardwood flooring in this room is very nice. It's reminiscent of that flooring you would see in like a 60s or a 70s home, but it's not. But it's very nice. So I have to say, this lock is a little weird. This is a kid's room. Like it's clearly a kid's room. Why is there a lock on the outside? Was this kid like young Greg? Did this kid come out and torment his sister so he had to be locked into his room? I really wonder. Okay, so over here we got another bedroom, it looks like. The way that door's stained, it almost looks like cherry wood, but it's not. It's the same as the other door. Okay, so this must be another kid's room. It's another very modestly sized room. Looks like it's lavender in color or like a light purple. Again, the artist was in here. You got tree branches and birds decorating all the walls. Of course, as you look this way, we got a little closet space here, nothing too crazy. One of the things I have to point out is the hardwood flooring in here is actually laminate. This is the first room with laminate flooring. And it looks like they never finished their baseboards. And this door here does not have a lock on it, so that's interesting. So we come back out here, back in the main hallway upstairs. We got a kitchen here, or a bathroom, sorry. You don't eat up here. This is the bathroom. This is where you do other things. This is a really cool looking bathroom. Right away, you can see this was added on in the 80s for sure. You've got that 80s insert shower, which is very typical of the times. Somebody stole the shower head, but all the hardware is still here and very consistent with what you'd see from that era. I'll close this door because I'm noticing, yeah, this bathroom has the wainscoting and chair rail that one section of the kitchen had. So that's a nice classy look. And of course the vanity here is a nice pine vanity. We'll look at that more in a second. But yeah, the chair rail and the wainscoting goes all the way around. The toilet's clean. The brown bomber wasn't here. Oh wow, they tiled the ceiling. Oh, look at this. Okay, I'm gonna back up for a second here. I didn't notice that at first. I don't think I've ever seen a house with a tiled ceiling in the bathroom before. Now we have. That looks like it's a ship's steering wheel. Of course, they got a nice window letting in light in this bathroom. But look at this cool little vanity. Very nice. It's a little small. I mean, the sink is huge the way it's hanging over it. I really like that hardware for the sink. Of course, you got your storage here. You got your mirror. What's going on? And you got your other storage there. But yeah, this is a beautiful little bathroom space. I really like that tile ceiling. Oh, it even goes above the toilet too. Yeah, this is really neat. I've never seen anything like this before. Wow. One of the more unique bathrooms I've ever seen. And we come out this way, okay, and we've got the master bedroom over here. So this would also be part of the add-on, I believe. Feels like a much newer part of the house. Just look at the floors. They have the laminate hardwood. They got smaller baseboards in this room going around. That's weird. They have that little piece of carpet there. I don't know why. I mean, I can understand the step here, but that, I don't get that. You can see that they have the port for the central vac there. They probably didn't put too many of these in this place. It's probably hard to run it through, so just have like a main one on each floor. Closet space here. You got like a bench. Again, more pine shelving. Or maybe that's cedar. I think it's pine. Jamie, tell me. Of course, you come over here and it's more of the same. So a nice big closet. Oh, you even got an upper rack up there. So they got lots of storage in this closet. And if we come over here, what we got? More closet space. I'm assuming the smaller closet was for the man and the bigger one was for the woman. And as we turn around, this is what this room looks like from pretty much the middle area. You can see that the fan's never been cleaned. Look at all the fur and dust that's collected on that. But it's also very, very modern looking. This looks like probably 15 years old at the most. As is this light here. It's even loaded with LED lights. So that's fairly modern too. And this is looking back towards the other entrance. Actually, you know what? Now I'm looking at these stairs. These stairs go down to the kitchen, guys. I was saying earlier, these stairs probably were the original stairs from the kitchen. So I'm going to correct myself and say this room right here was not an add-on. This was part of the original part of the house. And if I go back out here, this is probably where the wall was, right? Yeah, see, that's a thick wall right there. So yeah, this room here would have been part of the original build. Because right here is a window looking outside. And as we go over here, there's one more little room. I don't know if this would have been like an office space. It must have been, because look at the lighting. You got track lighting there. And you got track lighting there. It's a nice room. It's got lots of windows again. You got your east-facing window. You got your north-facing windows there. And of course, you got nothing there, unfortunately. You got a little bench there. Yeah, I could see this being a computer room. It's got really cool wallpaper. I'm a dog guy, so I like this. You got your dog banner going around the top here. Great little office space, I think. Very neat. All right, so why don't we take these stairs down and we'll go check out the basement. So these stairs also look very modernized. You got the modern carpet. This banister here obviously was added in the 80s. Almost none of this is original to when they actually built the place. That's even a modern LED light there. See, as we come down, this is what it looks like coming back to the kitchen from upstairs. And we're right back down to where we started. All right, let's go check out the basement and then we'll wrap this one up. So we go through this door here. And this is where it might get sketchy. Okay, you can even see the foundation here has been modernized or at least stabilized. So let's go. And you got the kids' names painted on the stairs. Haley, Macy, different names. Okay, yeah, it smells like the oil down here for the furnace. But yeah, you can see, I mean, obviously this has been poured, but they broke a hole through the concrete here at one point. Surprisingly, this doesn't look like 1800s concrete either, or like the foundation wouldn't look like this from the 1800s, it'd be stone. But this looks like something you would see from a house that old. So you can see it's just dug out. That's something you would see in an older home. Really old floorboards there. Look at that. It's actually rotting. It's not good. So let's go this way first to see. It looks like we don't have too much to see over here. Right beside the stairs, we got like a little storage area. It's almost like a cold room. You just got lots of shelving, put things. Same as over here. You got a clean out there for a furnace, for a fireplace. I'm assuming a furnace. Of course, you have foundation there. This is like all been reinforced though. None of this is original. And you've got your water treatment there for the well water we saw outside. You know, hardening it or softening the water. And also it'd be UV for cleaning the water. You've got all the screens for the windows there. More stuff for the water system, just like that. As we go down into this area. Yeah, this basement feels surprisingly modern considering how old the house is. Here you've got very modern floor joists. Everything in here looks very 80s. This is the front part of the house now, obviously. So all this is what you'd see in an 80s home. And I guess when they did these renovations, they must have redone a lot of the original foundation and everything else, or else we would have probably seen fieldstone. It's a very old water heater. Looks like it's about 20 years old. The furnace looks fairly new. And when we go over this way, yeah, we just got more storage, kind of dead space. You got a sump pump there that's very dry and dusty. Yeah, nobody's messed with the furnace at all. Actually, that's another hot water heater or something, isn't it? Yeah, because you got water lines coming out of that too. Last time someone was here was 2021. Next cleaning should have been this month. Oh, look, there's their vacuum cleaner. So there's the central vac that we were talking about as we're walking through this place. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the cobweb off the camera. So that's the line, that's the main unit there. So it looks like you got one pipe running upstairs that way, and you got one running that way. And those are probably the two outlets that we found. All right, so is that it? Yes, it is. That's gonna wrap it up. Interesting. All right, guys. Well, unfortunately, we've run out of house to explore. So if you guys enjoyed this adventure, which I hope you did, please hit that like button. Leave a comment about many of the things that you saw in this video and let me know what you think. And of course, share this one out to help the video and the channel grow. All right, guys. That's all the time we have for today's Explore. I hope you guys enjoyed coming on this one with me. This was an absolutely mind-blowing place, built way back in 1897. And even though it saw extensive renovations in 1985, this is an absolutely outstanding classic beauty. And it's hard to believe that this place is sitting completely abandoned and wide open to the elements for as long as it has been. This place may not have much of its original character left, but all the renovations brought in a lot of new character, which gave this home a real classy, comforting feel. And it's a shame that this place will one day not exist. If you guys enjoyed coming on this adventure with me, please make sure you hit that like button. Leave a comment about something you saw or something I pointed out. And of course, share the video out to help the channel grow. Well, that's all the time we have for today's adventure. Please click that button over there to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out last week's video there. Check out the random video up there. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for tuning in.